Do you know why do we offer fruits to God? And have you ever wondered how to handle lack of appreciation, either at home or at work? We do a lot of work and we take a lot of efforts in making few things happen at home or anywhere, but we hardly get any appreciation. How do we deal with it? Let's see if we can get answers to these questions in the next few shlokas from chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. We were on verse 47. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahe dudbhu ma te sangostva karmani. In the shloka, it is explicitly told that everyone has rights and authority. Adhikaraste. To you, you have the authority, adhikara, the right to do actions. Karmanyeva. Eva is only to that. Sure, you do have authority on actions only. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Never at any point you have the rights to the fruits of those actions. Nor, the next part of the sloka says that nor do you become responsible to an action that leads to the fruits. Do not be the beneficiary of an action that produces fruits. And never abstain from work. Just don't say that just because I asked you not to place your interests on the fruits of an action, do not stay away. Do not abstain yourself from action. Action is very important. You must do it. What you should not let your eyes go behind is the fruits of those actions. Now, in order for us to understand this, let's take a few steps back and understand what actions are and how to deal with them. Actions are born when we were born in this world. A baby cries. It is an action. It's given milk, the fruit. The baby grows older, becomes a boy, and he goes to school for learning. It is an action. He gets good grades and he gets promoted to the next level. It's the fruit of his actions. The boy grows into an adult. Now he gets into a job. He works for the company. It's an action. He gets salary, bonus, perks, promotions, the fruits. He gets the fruits. Actions are inescapable. Keep doing actions every now and then. It's been estimated that we all do this kind of actions as we grow up. And researchers have identified that on an average, every one of us do around 40,000 actions every single day. And these actions include not just physical actions but thinking as well. Thinking is also an action. Any task, small or big, simple or complex, that involves mind and body is called an action. 40,000 actions we all do on an average every single day. This includes eating, sleeping, walking, seeing, hearing, praying, meditating, volunteering, helping others, everything. All these are actions. Even mere just breathing is also an action. No one can say that I am free from actions, right? Even if he is not doing anything, sitting in one place, he's breathing, at least physically. Mentally, thoughts will be there in his mind too. So no one can escape actions, is what we understand. A person can be a doctor or an engineer or an attorney or a priest, pastor, or even a student or an employee or an householder, a mother. Anyone cannot escape actions. We are born with actions, and we cease actions cease from us only in our death. In between, the life of everyone is filled with actions. Actions, actions, actions. One or the other. Now, every action that we do is having a result, fruit of it. If there is no fruit, no one will do that action. And why would a student go and study if he is not going to be promoted to the next level, or if he is not going to be graded on his learnings? A man is not going to go to work if he is not going to get any bonus or increments or promotions. And we see that many employees quit their jobs because they are not getting recognized in the present job. That is a big motivation. The fruits of the job, the fruits of your action is the biggest motivator. How can anyone stay away from the fruits? Just think about it. Now Krishna here in this sloka precisely asks everyone to stay away. You don't have rights in the fruits, but just do the action. Who will ever have the motivation? Right? There won't be any motivation anymore if someone is not going to, if I am not supposed to expect an outcome at the end of my action. I do donations, even if it is good activity like donation. Still, I would like my name to be there. We still expect. Even a mother who takes care of her children, just think about it. The expectation is there. Oh, I should feed my children so that they grow healthy. The fruit is always there in the mind every time we perform the activities, actions. So why then would there be a shloka by Krishna himself who says that stay away from the actions? You don't have any rights to it. Right? So that seems to be a little bit opposite of what is there in reality in the society. If you look at the expectation from the society, what we have learned so far and what we are advising the children, our children, is that have a goal in life, plan for your life, expect that, and then meet that. Just you must get A plus in everything. So that is a fruit. We are asking them to see the fruit first, and then we are asking them to work. That is how the whole world operates, right? Have an ambition in life. Now here that seems to be totally contradicting to the well established principles of motivation. Now, the reason that Krishna is asking us to do is, first thing is, once we start working with fruits in our mind, then the job that we do will get adulterated. The spirit of the job will be gone. I will start looking at the fruits and I will not do my work properly. So there are two things involved that we know: action and result. Every action, whatever that we do, will have its result. It's a law. It's a universal law that every action leads to a result. Now, his argument is that if your eyes are on the result, then your action you won't be able to do well. So, for that reason also, you must not set your eyes on the results. Then the next reason, is it possible that I own it? When I make few things happen, let's say I work really hard and then I have earned $100 million and I became the most wealthiest in the city in which I live, let's say, for example. Now, is it that, can I say that I own the result? It is because of me that it happened, even though I will be the one that who owns that wealth. Can I say that it is purely because of me that I earned it? I don't think so, because for any action, it can be simply talking or singing or just walking, doing anything. We needed the efforts of others who are involved in it. For example, for me to now speak here, just because I'm speaking to all of you, doesn't mean that I am doing all by myself. Five individuals, entities are essential for me to give this speech. Let's see who all are involved. First, Paramatma, super consciousness, we call it, that has to allow me to do it. What does that mean? Where is God and how is He allowing me to do? Now let's say that I'm willing to do, but my laptop didn't work, my internet froze, or there is this power outage. That is beyond me, the control of what I can do. That is what here I refer to as Paramatma. So that he is making sure that there is no power outage, no internet failures, laptop failures. That should be there for me to give this speech now. And number two, my inner Atma, who is just sitting inside me. That is the one that is now making the speech, right? And then this body itself. If my body, I wanted to give the speech, but then my body is sick, then I won't be obviously able to give the speech as much as I wanted to deliver the speech. I won't be able to because I am indisposed. My body didn't allow me to sit here due to a disease or anything, a sickness, right? And then the indriyas. Indriyas are the action organs in my body. I want to speak, but for some reason I got cold, cough that I can't even talk. Throat is choking, let's say. that indriya. I should have that power to speak, without which I won't be able to do anything, right? So I needed that help. And lastly, the prana, the breath. It's more than breath. Prana is our inner energy. If that is not there, then I won't be able to deliver anything. I just become unconscious, say. I won't be able to deliver the speech again. And so, just to think that I am speaking now, it's in itself is not right. So that is one more reason that now Krishna says that you think that you are doing even walking, talking, seeing, listening, hearing. You think you are doing, Arjuna? I don't think so. Cooperative efforts of 5 of these entities right inside you and around you are needed for you to ever do even the smallest thing, task of talking, leave alone great accomplishments with fruits. Talking itself you won't be able to do. And that is the reason, Arjuna, that you don't own the fruits. Then Arjuna asked, who owns the fruit? Leave that to me. Leave the fruits to me. I will take care of it. We will see what happens with that. Now the next question that we all will ask is prayers. I go to the temple and pray, standing in front of uh, Hanuman or Balaji or Lakshmi or anyone. I pray, please give me education, please give me wealth, health for me and for my loved ones and for anything, right? So praying is an action. Should we do that or no? Next question comes, right? What, as per Krishna's statement here, he never said action should not be done. If you remember, action you are the one who have to do. So prayers are okay. You pray to me, but leave the results of the prayer to me. I will take care. Because you don't know, you just look at this world with your own eyes. There are many other events that have to happen together for your fruits to be reaped. And I know when and how that should be given. That is one more reason that you should leave the fruits to me. Do not keep your eyes on the fruits and do the prayers. Prayers are okay, but do not keep an eye on the fruits of it. Now we go and then we ask everything for us, right? Just to make sure that I am blessed with all this. Jewelry, house, I'm not asking many things. Small, just 50 kg, 100 kg of jewelry or something like 2 or 3 houses, right? And some very small numbers. We go and then stand in front and pray for us. First thing is we put our eyes strongly on the fruits. So prayer itself, how to do, right? What is a prayer? It is a means where we are transacting with God. We'll say that just to do this and I will make sure that 40 days I will do upavash. Great, right? We will think that but it is a transaction. You make that thing happen and I will do this thing happen. We think that God is like us. He will be pleased. His ego will be pleased if we bargain with him and say that 40 days he is doing or he or she is doing upavas. I must bless him or her with their prayers. How false our understanding is. See, look at it. If God had been that easy, then everyone will offer prayers and be just done with life, right? Just think about it. So there is an interesting story that Osho used to say this one. One day a big ship was sailing in an ocean. Many people were there, including big businessmen. They were having tons of gold jewelry, gems, precious gems, and other valuables. And in that ship was sitting a priest, a Vishnu devotee, just sitting there. And all of a sudden, the ship started rocking because the ocean started behaving. Huge waves started hitting the ship, and the ship was wobbling, not able to hold on. Too much dangerous waves. People got scared inside the fish. All the businessmen and other passengers. They held on to each other and they started praying. Oh dear God, please. We wanted to reach the shores without any incident. This is so dangerous, and we wish that we get to the shores without any accidents. The businessmen held hands each other, and they also, people who believe in God, people who don't believe in God, they everyone joined and they started praying towards God. And this priest who didn't join them, he was just sitting in the corner of a ship without being perturbed by whatever that is happening. They all got mad. They went to him and asked, come on, man, you are a religious person. How come you are not joining with us in our prayers? How dare you are sitting there all alone? Don't you know that you should also join and ask? Are you not interested? Then he said that he smiled and then said, You all have, you all are businessmen, you have some business, you are asking him. But I don't have any business with him. If that is his desire, that we all should die, then let it be, because it is his duty he is doing. He is doing his business. He knows if he wanted us to save, he wanted us to be alive, then he is going to protect us. If he wanted us to die, then he is not going to protect, he is going to just let us die in this ocean. Where am I in between, interjecting and interrupting in his business? We believe in existence of God, we must believe in his duties, right? We know that we have our own duties and we don't accept others meddling in our business. If a neighbor walks up to us and says that, hey, you have to do this, this is your duty, then we will say that we know our duty. We are living in our house, our household, and we are very well aware of our duties. You don't remind us, right? Now we are smart enough to go and then request God that please alter the outcome. Prayer is pretty much that, right? Prayer is, we're asking him to modify to the outcome so that I like it. And we are offering something like 40 days upavash, or I will donate $100,000 to you if that happens, and I will feed the poor. We will show our magnanimity at that time. We will say that, God, make that happen, and I will just make sure that poor is given dress, food, everything. So next time when you think about prayer for us, ourselves, I wanted you to rethink, whether are we doing the right thing or not. However, prayer for others makes good sense. I heard that this person is not well. If at all anything in your hands, I am just giving my vibes here, good vibes. I wanted you to protect them. So it's like the signature, right? I wanted him to be imprisoned. If there are 100 signatures, then the government will approve, will go and then initiate that action. So something like that, we are just giving our prayers for others. That doesn't have any personal attachment to it. A good thing to happen, you are just sending your good vibes. Even with that, the expectation should be, it is up to you. You do the right thing, but that is my desire. But I know for sure I am doing my actions. And I know also for sure that I don't own the fruits of it. In spite of my prayers, anything else happens, I understand. That is the maturity in prayer. Right? First maturity is to pray for others. If we pray for others, others would pray for us. Second maturity is to respect his level of duties and say that I know what you are doing, do your best. I'm not at all interested, or I'm not going to be mad if something is not, because that shows my immaturity. If I'm mad, people will be like this. If everything good happens, for example, people will work very hard, 40 years, 45 years, they will buy to wonderful huge mansion house. They will invite friends and relatives. Then they will just show that, walk around the house and show that this is, and people will ask, wow, wonderful house, how did you buy it? Then the person will say that, oh yeah, this is a big thing. I spoke to 2 or 3 real estates and I managed to get this, that, and I bargained for a deal. Somehow I just, everything was organized and money was not a problem because I made sure this, that was available on time and I made it happen. Because the house is now successfully his own house, he will say everything I made it happen. Now, all of a sudden, next 6 months, 1 year, unfortunately to him, he ran into a big loss in his business. Now he will have to let go of the great mansion also. Now he went and started living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Now friends walked in to inquire, what happened to you? Do you need any help? And then he said that, no, I don't need any help. But wrong thing happened. This guy, my business partner, I trusted him a lot, but he did this financial mishandling. And this guy, he messed up a lot in the work. Now, when things didn't work, we start shifting the blame on others. Right? At that time, when I got the house, I should have mentioned to him that my business partner was a nice person. He helped me, and the people who worked with me are very good. They made me earn good money. With that, I'm able to get this house. And when I spoke to him, the agent gave me good. We never give any plus points. The fruits of it is mine only. But if the fruit is bitter, meaning it didn't work out well, then it belongs to everyone else, not mine. So then how can the prayers be answered? That is that much of maturity we don't have it. Either we own bitterness as well as the fruit, or we give both. Bitterness also belongs to you, fruit also belongs to you. Then we are good. Even if something worst happens, we can always say, I gave it to him. He is running the show. I'm not responsible for it. Right? We can easily escape if something worse. When good happened, if someone asked you, wow, how did you make it happen? Where did you get this jewelry? Where did you do this? Oh, I inquired a lot of people, got a deal of 20% on this jewelry, right? And I searched the internet totally and I got this jewelry. After 1 week, that jewelry became a fake jewelry and they paid $50,000 for it. What happened? Is that a fake jewelry? Someone asked. No, that person cheated immediately. We will not accept that. I am a fool to have believed that I got it for so cheap. We will not accept the bitter part of it, right? So that is why let's think about what we keep and what we let go, and then what prayers are and why we should offer prayer for others in mind. And then there is one more thing, prayaschitta. Prayaschitta, or something like, puja or homa that we are performing. Navagraha homa, Sudarshana homa. There are many words. That's what Krishna said in the few verses before. Vedas have provided multiple opportunities, multiple Veda, multiple homa opportunities for acquiring wealth or to acquire pleasures in this world. Should you go behind that? We'll have to think about it. What we'll do is we'll go take our horoscopes and give it to uh, the astrologer, and then we will ask him that, is this what type of thing is going on inside me, and then the stars are aligned, the Rasi is good, or this is, oh, right now it's bad. Unless you do this kind of things, it will not going to make you happen. So I'm not blaming all those things. All those actions are right. Respect the Grega for who they are, Guru, Shukra, or whoever that is. The Grega is doing their job. Respect them and give them. If you wanted to pray, pray. If you want to do Navagraha Homa, that is also perfectly okay. But to keep some fruit in mind and do. For example, I have this dosham, and I wanted to do this Navagraha Homa so that this dosham goes away. Who saw that dosha, and who will guarantee that dosha is gone? That fruit will be there in our mind. We will spend 4,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees. No, don't worry. Just that is okay. If my dosham goes away, I'm perfectly okay. Right? That is what now Krishna is saying, that take out that fruitfulness in your mind, that fruitful eyes away from those actions, and then do the actions. I'm not saying that those homas or those prarthana or prayer should not be done. They all are very much there and you can do it. But have the mental intelligence, buddhi. This itself is buddhi yoga. That's what Krishna says. Karma yoga is nothing but another name is buddhi yoga. Use your intellect and then do it. Do not just blindly go behind the fruits offered by those actions. Then you will be in a trap. Then what if it doesn't happen? Then you will start hating God, start hating the priests who did it. Then we will start blaming the priests. No, he didn't do it sincerely. That is why. I was so sincere. Even then we will not shift the blame on us. We will shift the blame on the priest, shift the blame on people who were there or something else. That is why it didn't happen, but not because of me. Right? So I kept my eyes on that. That is why it didn't work. Is the right reason there. Right? So now, another aspect is also there. I do good things, let's say. I donated $50,000 to a student who was about to go to a college. He is not having it. And he asked me, and I gave $50,000. And others asked me why I did it. Then I said, I will get punyam. That is the biggest of the scams that we do to ourselves. Others are not doing. I won't say blame it on others. The biggest scam that we do to ourselves is, I will get punyam, and so I do these things. That is again, our eyes are on the punyam. Now Krishna again says that do not keep your eyes on, I'll get punyam, I'll get Don't start helping people. Don't volunteering. There is one more thing. Temple volunteering. If you had seen, there are many volunteers who will work in the kitchen, who will work in the altar or around the temple. You just stop them and then say, why are you doing this? Right? What motivates you to do it? It's a punya karma. Again, they will also say that it's a punyam. I'm doing it for punyam. So again, it's balanced. You are expecting a fruit and you are there in the temple. Why are you doing it? I like to do it. I just want to be here for my life. I just feel this presence, my full wholeness. I enjoy it here. How many volunteers will say that? That is what Krishna is saying. Work should be done that way with your total enjoyment, even if it is shifting one block of wood from here to there. Do put your heart into that work and do it without looking for the fruit of it. Then you have done the best yoga of actions. That's what he names it, the Buddhi Yoga, right? And then people will donate uh, tube lights and other accessories to the mandir temple, right? And that in that they will write their name. This is donated by Dharmaraja and sons, and that lettering also they will write it right on the light, the lamp, so that there won't be, it will be totally dark once that is written, the word is written. The light is not itself useful in itself, right? So that is not the way that we, because we wanted publicity. When anyone sees Dharmaraja has given it, oh, that Dharmaraja, I know him. Everywhere, fans, tube lights, anything, my name should be there. That is the fruit. We wanted that publicity. In simple actions, we see the publicity. Social media, if you look at it, we post pictures, we post our articles, or we post videos. Imagine nobody responded, nobody said anything, no likes. Let me be more open. People will be totally mad. Will you think that next video or post, they will be restless. What is happening? No, none of my they all saw it, but they didn't tell, like there is a fruit. Every simple action we do, we start expecting fruits. Now Krishna says that that is the fundamental problem with our human existence. We will go down and down and down and down if you start expecting results in everything that you do. So just chop off the fruits part of it from your actions, then you can remain happily. Now, what should we do? He says that now that we understand that, okay, fruits, I don't wanted it. What about actions? He says that karmanyeva dhikaraste. Only in the actions you have the authority. Why? Because when you focus in the actions, just like how an horse, in those days the carriage horses, if you had seen in the movies, they would have put the blinders for the horse so that they don't look at the grass on either side of the road, and they will focus only on the road. That is how one has to do the work. Any work, it can be at home, preparing food. For example, that is also one more thing I forgot. At times when I also used to cook, very rarely, I expect a little bit of appreciation from my wife that, yeah, you did well. But when I didn't get it, I'll be a little bit upset. Why I'm not getting any appreciation? Now that is because the fruit I'm expecting, right? So now even such actions, normal actions that we perform at home, we do have our attachment towards the fruits. Now that, if assume that if we are not expecting that appreciation is the fruit. We already placed the mind on our appreciation and we will start doing our work. The next day again I will start expecting. Next day I will start expecting. My anticipation increases. And if it is there, if the appreciation is there, then I'll be happy. Then I'll start expecting more appreciation. If that appreciation is not there, then my frustration grows. See the problems of having your eyes on the fruits, it changes my personality. It either grows, my expectation grows and I become greedy. I wanted more appreciation. Just don't say good all the time. Just say how good it is. Right? 2 stars, 3 stars, 5 stars. Our greed increases. And also, if it is not appreciated, we will be really mad. We are not focused on whether are we doing our job well or not. Am I cooking? I'm supposed to cook, let's say, veg pulav. Have I done that perfectly well today? Right? That question is what should bother us all the time. Have I done it the way that I exactly done yesterday, or did I do some improvements to it? Can I do it better? So focus is on the work, then we will improve. If focus is on the fruits, then that is not improvement, that is deterioration, going spiraling down and down and down. This is what now Krishna here says. And then now the last question that we have in this verse is, it is all okay, now we understand fruits are not needed, we won't have it, and work wise we will focus and take responsibility and accountability on our work. If we didn't do well, then I won't be mad if someone says that it is wrong, what you have done is not good. We'll go back and fix it and do well, because my focus is only on the work that I do and not on the fruits on either side, just like a horse. Now the last question I have is, what happens to that fruit? Because I'm the one who is being praised. Let's say I did a good job. One of you, let's say you did a good job and you get an appreciation from your wife or from your husband. What should you do with it? Should you say that, no, don't say, I don't want any fruits, keep quiet? Should we say that, or what do we do with that? Right? And if we accept it, let's say, if we accept the fruit, our ego increases, our arrogance goes up. That is one more reason that you should not accept the fruits. Oh, I can do way better than anyone. If people, more and more people give a like, then we slowly see that the arrogance goes up, right? Pride within us increases. And so now that is the reason our great gurus and acharyas have advised us, given us the answer to that. You don't have to say stop when others are appreciating. You don't have to say stop when the fruit is reaching you. But instead, you can accept that. But you don't have to retain it with you. You don't have to get that fruits in your mind and make your ego, arrogance go up. But just offer that fruit, get that fruit and offer it back to me. Krishna says, offer it to me. That is why we are offering fruits. Temples, when you go, we buy a bag of mangoes and then we just put it in the plate, give it to God, right? And then we and that also we will have a little bit of arrogance. If you have noticed, we are the ones, we are getting 2 bags of fruit. That thought also gets into some kind of an pride within us. So that pride is also some little bit of that fruit, right? Good deeds should also not have any the fruits of good deeds should also not affect us, is what Krishna is now trying to say here. Same way, whatever fruits that we get, atmartha, within our mind, give it back, arpanam, Krishna arpanamastu, that's what we say, right? Many of the things that we say, we just get that fruit, give it to Krishna in your mind. I don't want this, you accept it, because in Bhagavad Gita, you asked me to give it to you, I'm giving it to you, you accept it. I don't want to, because I know the ill effects of accepting that fruit. The moment we start accepting the fruit, and the buck stops there, that's what they say in English, right? So if the fruit buck stops with us, then the pride shoots up and the mind gets delusional. So if at all, if anyone wanted to, just think about Bhagavad Gita, just take this one shloka as the entire Bhagavad Gita and start, if anyone starts living their life by this shloka, they have already learned Bhagavad Gita, in my opinion, because entire Bhagavad Gita is this one shloka is just enough. Even in Vishnu Sahasranama, Krishna mentions in one of the shlokas that if all, I don't have to be recited with 1000 names, but if just one name, if they say it and use it in their life, that is good enough, right? So likewise in this one shloka is equivalent, will transform us to the next level, right? So now next shloka we will move on to see what happens. So that also means that in our life, if you go, even if we wanted to help others, our relatives or friends who we know, for example, that they are rude and mean, for just giving, and you think that if you wanted to talk to them, they will be rude and mean. I don't want to even go and then say, give this good news to them, or I don't want to even ask them. Most of the times, if you look at it, we will just say, no, you talk to them. I don't want to talk to them, right? That is also having a fruit in your mind and a bitterness in the mind, right? They will say this, so I don't want to do this. Actions belong to us. If something reaches us, without fear, without hesitation, we should do the action, irrespective of the result or outcome of it. Outcome can be bitter, the other person can be mean or rude. In spite of that, it is my ownership to do the action, right? Okay, with that we move on to the next shloka, which is 48. In this shloka is going to talk about actions more specifically. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So we will ask another question to Krishna. Krishna, I do an action and that results in a success. Then you talk about fruit, because fruit is when you do a thing successfully and you reap the fruit, right? Now the question to Krishna is this. Arjuna is asking, what if the action that I do is not even successful? Then there is no fruit. So but still I am so upset that it is not successful. I wanted to help, or I wanted to do a thing and it wasn't even successful. Now there is no fruit at all. In that case, how do I handle it? Right? When Krishna gives an advice, it will be on all perspectives. There won't be, the answers will be beyond doubt. Right? So now what will I do in that scenarios? For example, a villager, a group of villagers from your village or from a nearby village or from your native place, a group of people approach you. They say that we are running out of water and we wanted a well to be dug in our native place, and we ran out of money also. We need your help. And you are making a lot of arrangements, you are raising money through your friends and all those things, and you are giving it to your native people and you are asking them to dig up a well. And they started digging up a well. In between, the government interferes and they say that you cannot dig a well there, and a court case gets registered with the villagers and the whole work is blocked. Now in that case, success, it's not successful. When the well was dug, then everyone is going to praise you. Then at that time you can say that no, that is fine, I will get that praise and I will give it to Krishna. But now you initiated something, but it was not even successful. Now what do I do with it? Because I'm totally stuck, mad, my actions are wasted. What do I do with it? Such kinds of actions, wasted action. Now Krishna says that yogastaha, do your action in perfect yoga. Yoga, the word is totally misunderstood and it's overloaded. It has multiple meanings, right? Physical exercise is also yoga, but here Krishna gives the precise definition of yoga. Yoga is oneness of mind. With oneness of mind, kuru means do, karmani means do your actions, sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna, sacrifice your attachment. Attachment towards that work itself, not attachment to the fruits. That is already over. Right? Now, attachment. I am so passionate. I wanted to help my villagers and I just raised so much of money, but now it is just stuck because we are having so much of attachment to it. So my emotional levels are going up. Now, Krishna in the next line says, Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva. Siddhi means success. Asiddhi means failure. So, Siddhya Siddhyo. Siddhi, Asiddhi. Samo Bhutva. To treat them equally, with equanimity. Not like I wanted only success. If it is not successful, then I don't like it. I'm upset. My blood is boiling. It's burning. I did this action with so much of passion. I devoted everything to Krishna, and even I was willing to give the fruits to Krishna, but it wasn't successful at all. That case will also happen, right? Now he says that you should treat success and failure as equal. Do not worry about it. Stay in a balance of mind. Samatvam yoga uchyate. In the last part of it, he says that equanimity is called yoga. Be in the yoga of your actions, where you are not worried about whether it will be successful or not. You know for sure that it is a good action that you are doing, and you are also sure that you are not interested and you are not doing that for fruits. So do your actions. Results, success happens, failure happens, depends on me. I am the one who is doing that disturbance by the state government or central government. Why are you worried? I have many other reasons for bringing in the state government and blocking that work. Your work action is only to do it. Whether to make it happen successfully or not is with me. You have no rights, and you should not stop working also. You have to keep working. Then if you do with such a work, then you have successfully attained the perfectness of yoga of actions. Now if you had seen some of these players, even if you had seen in Olympics, right, they are interested, they are working only for that gold medal, but at least in that moment of their performance they should forget about everything and perform. That is the yoga of actions. At that moment they shouldn't worry about anything and then perform, right? Just like not expecting any bad event and they do their job, worst event or best event, stick to it and then do your job. That is the yoga. Just enjoy for the sake of doing it. That work is yoga. Then you have achieved the perfection of yoga of actions, is what he says here. So the first he started off with don't take the fruits, don't look for fruits, and then next he said don't have attachment to work. So here in this shloka the most important point is take out the attachment not just in fruits but in work also. Don't get over emotional about the work that you are doing. Do it for the duty of it. Just do your best. Do not assume that once we show emotional passion, then we will be able to do it 100%. Just do it with your buddhi, perfect it. In case of veg pulao example, have I done this veg pulao with all precautions necessary? Halfway through it got burnt or any such thing is a learning for us, right? If veg pulao we took care of all things, but all of a sudden taste differed or it got burnt, then it is a learning. There is nothing to be upset about. It wasn't successful. It's not that you should go upset and it did something bad or something to reprimand ourselves. It is a learning. That's what here Krishna says in this shloka. Now in the next shloka, next question that Arjuna asks is it okay to do any actions? Or are there any restriction in terms of what actions should I apply this law? Now he says that Dure nahyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvichha kripana phala etavaha. Kripana phala etavaha. So those who go behind fruitive actions, always doing those actions that leads to fruits, not any other actions, right? Only those actions. For example, I wanted to enjoy, I will watch YouTube, I will watch Netflix, I will do this, I will listen to some music, I will eat delicious food around by even driving miles away from my place, and I will do the things, the actions, all actions I do is only to please myself. My indriyas, my organs and my body is pleased whenever I do that, only that, right? Then those people are in this, he says that they are all kripana or wretched, in the sense like wretched, in the sense where they will definitely be born again and again in this world, and they will never be able to escape out and evolve into a better human being at all. They are in a loop. They will go again and again. They will repeat whatever that they have been doing. On the other hand, I want you, Arjuna, to stay far, far away. Durena hi avaram karma. Avaram is inferior, low level actions. Durena, stay away from low level actions. Do not even just think of doing low level actions. And how do I know? Arjuna asked, what is low level, what is high level? Buddhir yoga dhananjaya, using the yoga of actions, using your buddhi, you can analyze what is deriving pleasure to you, what is giving always pleasures to you, and what are those actions that we do that only give fruits and that we enjoy those fruits. Avoid such actions in the first place that will only generate fruits, and fruitful actions should be avoided. So what this means is probably we all need to take an audit of what all actions we do during the day, and then say that okay, this is a fruitive action I do, this is not a fruitful action, I am good, and this is a fruitive action I must fix, either to remove it or to modify the definition of our fruit. And so we need to take a audit of our actions and then align our life accordingly. Then we are living by Gita, right? Buddhau Sharanam Anvichha, and he says that take refuge in your own intellect. He is not even saying that take refuge in me, just go and then pray to God. He never, if you are seeing here, he never said that at this time, at least. He's going to say later on, but at this time, Buddhau Sharanam Anvichha. In your own intelligence, Take refuge. I have given you that intelligent mind of yours. Pay attention to it, take refuge in it, then you will find the perfection of yoga of actions by staying away from those inferior actions. With that, we come to the end of this week's session. I will see you all the next week's session. Until then, have a good time. Enjoy.